what's the mood today? Yeah. I'ma boom on the block with TishaRaye, she chill today. But you know that my dog always gon' keep it trill today. I heard some of y'all feeling today. We gon' touch and agree that you good today. Booming on the block, that's an onomatopoeia. Kept it real from the jump on, play by T. She got the glow like the sun, so I'ma call her Raye. Hey, look, my hands getting tired, I've been booming all day. She bring the boom to your block, how you grooving all day. Got a little two-step, I've been moving all day. Keep God first or you be losing all day. Hey, what's the move for the day? Yeah. They wanna know what's the mood.
Booming on the block.
Shit, what's going on? It's your girl TishaRaye, and yes, I am booming on the block. Just like that, I thank God that I'm able to do this, because honey, y'all already know a girl was sitting down for a few, but God, okay, we're gonna do what we got to do. And listen, today it's all about my brothers. How about that? Even though it's Mother's Day month, you know, and it's mental health month, you know, I want to shine some light on our kings in our community or whatnot. But before we get into all that, I do want to give a shout out, because this location where we at today, art to you. Straighten me out. Art to you. So we got to give a shout out to the man, the young YN behind this art gallery. You know, for giving us the you know, the red light and the green light to come.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Lance. I mean, when? Okay, that was Lance. And most of y'all know him, right?
Right on, right on. They
Can
do.
we say that?
For sure.
I mean, he's a very known person, so that's
absolutely
all right. Okay, anyway. But I'm here today with one of my many brothers. He is a super dope king. He loves his family. He loves me. Okay. He loves his peoples. He loves his community. Yeah. And he's such a dope YN. Can I still give you that?
Girl, I'm on.
I mean, you know
only when I be.
Well, I know you. I know you, and I know where you from. I know you, and I know where you from.
That's right.
So they don't know you, and some of them might not know where you from. So tell them who you are and where you from.
What's happening, everybody? I'm Chris Ross. I'm actually from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. I reside right now in Greensboro, North Carolina. Got a super dope podcast.
Yes, you do.
The Black Ross Network.
Okay.
Where you can watch an array of shows. A plethora, right? A plethora. She gonna correct me. A plethora.
Oh my God.
That's dedicated to Black voices and people in our community. It's all about that for me, you know.
Speaking of voices, Chris, you know you used to sing. Don't act like Chris, just give us a hum.
You know, when somebody do that, that means
never mind. Never mind. You could have just gave us a quick hum.
You are good, Lord, you are good. You are good. You are good. Okay, that's it.
That's it. That's all we needed.
That's all you needed.
I told y'all he can sing. And if you don't know, his sister name is Tanya Rose.
For sure.
And she can sing.
She sure okay.
Oh, she can sing.
Yes, sir. Yes,
okay,
sir.
But anyway, let's move right along. Okay, Chris, we're going to jump right into it. And you know, of course, I got my notes right here. Cause, you know, I got to do what I have to do.
Yes, ma'am.
I took my time writing this stuff out for you, bro.
Just like that. Should I be
scared? I don't think you should, because you already mentioned your platform, which is
the Black Ross Network.
Absolutely. Now, you know, I want to know.
Yeah.
Because before then, I did get the chance to sit down with you.
Yeah.
And then it was Ross Cloud Podcast.
That's correct. And it's still that.
And it's still that.
I just changed it to the network, and it's my full network. My full network is the Black Ross Network.
Okay.
My show is the Ross Cloud Podcast.
So it's kind of sort of under that umbrella.
There you
like
go.
That.
Under the
umbrella.
So
you just answered to him like,
I'm sorry.
Sir. So dang on smart. But he answered it. And I want y'all to know, disclaimer, this is a judge-free podcast.
Absolutely.
Okay, judge your man.
That's right.
And don't judge her, because this is Mother's Day month. So
that's right.
Judge somebody else.
That's right. Happy
don't
Mother's
judge
Day.
us.
That's right.
Happy Mother's Day to
you know?
Mama Sheila.
Oh, yeah.
Mama Sylvia. All the mamas around.
All the mamas around.
Anyway, you know, I'm not going to do this with you. So in the past, in your earlier stages of getting started, you was interning.
Yeah.
I did my research.
Yes, you did. Yes,
You was interning with the Jet Black Network.
Correct.
Tell us a little bit about them.
Okay, so it's the Aaron T. Jones Jet Black Empowerment Foundation, and it is a foundation that's dedicated to helping folks in the community. They give socks, shoes, they feed the homeless, and they just in an amazing foundation.
Okay.
And I think their mantra is each one teach one.
Ooh.
Yeah, in the community, and it's pretty awesome. You know, if they want to know more about it, I think it's thejetblackempowerment.com.
There you go.
And they can go visit.
Thejetblackempowerment.com.
Correct. And I was doing an internship for them for about a year. I wanted to do a podcast. I wanted to get into podcasts and didn't know anything about it when it first jumped off.
Okay.
And I wanted to jump into the business. I didn't know much about it, and I was working with CMB Studios at the time, and it was like, yo, why don't you just come in internship for the foundation, which was the Jet Black Daily Show, which their son, and I won't speak too much on their son, but their son, Aaron T. Jones, had a podcast, and it was called the Jet Black Show. It was called, you know, Aaron T. Jones was his show. Yeah. So we called it the Jet Black Daily Show. Oh. So it was myself and Corey Graves, and you know, that's how I got my start. I'm
gonna be honest. Looking at the name got me into like the Jet, you know, Jet Black magazine.
Okay,
Ain't that what it was called?
It was called the Jet
Black or Jet magazine.
It was Jet magazine. Was it Jet magazine?
I'm not finna tell my age. It was Jet magazine, Lance. See, we own it.
We own it. It is Jet magazine.
Tell our little age. Huge shout out to our cameraman.
Come on, Will.
FIYAWHEELS. So dope.
In the building.
So dope. You know, got to put that little plug in there.
What's on your mind?
Talk about it. Okay, so being in part with the Jet Black Network.
Yes.
Did that give you the vibe, the feeling, the vision to say, yo, I want to do this myself? I could do this myself. Yeah. And my own way. So did they give you the push to start that?
I'm going to tell you what they did do. They allowed me to find my voice when I first started, because when I first started, I would always use paper. I was always using paper when I first started. And he challenged me. I was a little nervous. I didn't know much about microphones in that sense when it comes to speaking on the microphone. So I didn't have any mic discipline.
You know how to use the mic when you sing.
I did when I sang. But, you know, doing radio, broadcasting, it's a little different. So they had these great Shure mics. And, you know, Shure mics are great microphones. And I was yelling. And it was killing the engineers. It was like, yo, you ain't got to holler, man. These microphones are awesome, bro. Just talk. So it took me a while to kind of find my voice with it. And then as I was going, which they knew that I wanted to start my own podcast, but they just didn't know when. So I did it for a year. And then finally I got that call from God, like, yo,
come on,
it's time.
Come on now.
Then I branched out and
stepped out.
Yeah, but meanwhile, while I was there, I started buying equipment, buying microphones, because I was educating myself while I was there. I was asking the engineer. I was on the inside. Yeah. So I took that time. That was payment for me. I was able to learn. Yeah. I was learning what equipment I need to use. Yeah. You know, what's the best equipment to buy? Should I do this? Should I do that? And he gave me some great advice. Over at Soul Lab in Greensboro.
I heard of Soul Lab,
LaFell.
Yes,
so LaFell gave me some, between Chris Bray and LaFell, that whole crew. Yeah. They pretty much, and Greg was the engineer over there. He pretty much told me like, yo, you know, you need to do this, and this. Yeah. And I started buying equipment.
And you were on
while I was interning. So I had a plan. You know, I wasn't talking a whole lot about it, just buying the equipment. I knew what I wanted to do, and I was sure about it, and I jumped out there.
Look at you.
Yeah, I jumped out there and got going.
Took a leap of faith.
I did.
And look where you at today.
Yeah.
Ain't that something?
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
You gotta go. How long have you been doing podcasts?
If you put in the time with that, I'm gonna say probably about 5 or 6 years.
That's dope.
Yeah, a year and a half of that was with, like I said, with Jet Black.
Yeah.
With the Jet Black Empowerment Foundation.
Count that time. Count that time.
Yeah, count that time. Internship. And then I went on to own my own podcast studio. And, you know, I did that for about, like I said, about 5 years, about 4.5, 5 years. To me, I was successful at it because I got it started and got going. And, you know, it's been a beautiful journey.
Come on.
It's been tough sometimes because, you know, it's lonely when you're doing this kind of work.
Okay.
And ain't a whole lot of money in it in the beginning.
In the beginning,
you
got to fend for yourself. It's okay, because you eventually will come up.
That's right.
Yeah, you eventually will come up.
Yeah.
So I know you doing your podcast and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
And in the earlier stages, some doors opened up for you.
They did.
Major doors opened up for you. Like you got to hang out with some big timers.
I did.
And got to interview some big timers,
right?
Yeah. And on top of that, you were blessed enough to be involved with, the International Black Theater.
Yeah.
Festival. And doing some snooping. You also wasn't, involved with the Charlotte Black Film Festival, right?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
So how did that happen? Like,
you know, when we were just talking in here before, it's not what you know, but who you know.
Not what you know.
And I was always really intentional about who I talked to on the microphone.
Super dope, yeah.
You know, just intentional. I didn't just want to talk to just anybody.
Yeah.
If excellence was at the core and at the front, if your story was amazing, and I knew that journey was authentic, I want to talk to you. That was my attitude. So I spoke with my man. I have to tell you this. So I spoke with my man, John Black. John Black was like, yo, I have been telling him, I was like, yo, I want to holler at Mike Anderson.
Okay.
I want to holler at Mike Anderson. Mike Anderson is from Fayetteville. Amazing individual that's on his way to doing some great things in the film industry.
Okay.
And I interviewed him. He sat in there. He was like, hey, yo, man, you got something. He was like, look, you want to do the International Black Theater Festival? Oh, I was like, for sure. Man. So it was just a word of mouth. And then I had to show up and do my part, of course.
Your part, yeah.
And when I did my part, I was able to do it 2 consecutive times in a row. So it was a blessing.
Were you nervous?
You know,
be real, because that's what we do here.
No.
On the Boomville, we be real.
Now that first one, the first one I first got there, I had to kind of learn. The work ethic was there.
Okay.
But I learned that in journalism, they don't come to you. You go to them. You got to fight.
You know what? And that is true.
You got to fight to get in those rooms.
That's true.
So you can talk to them.
Yeah.
So I found myself just pulling up on people, like talking to them. And then, before I know it, I looked over there in the corner. I was talking to this person.
Yeah.
And then my man Mike was like, yo, you ought to go over there and talk to my man.
Yeah.
And then, so it was dope.
Well, who was some? Can you let us know some?
Sure. Bernadette Stanis from
Thelma.
That's
everybody knows Thelma, honey.
Everybody's crush.
I watch Good Times every night.
She was my crush.
I love it.
Good Times, right?
Guys, she's still beautiful.
She's still beautiful. Yeah, so that was great. I probably had like a couple of minutes because they were busy.
Yes. A couple of minutes is dope.
Yeah,
congratulations.
Yeah. Ninth, of course, ninth. I think everybody's kind of taught the ninth one.
I haven't yet.
Yeah.
But we're coming.
Yeah.
I haven't yet, but we're coming.
Which was dope. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? To sit down and talk with Knife. He's a big deal,
his name is huge.
Yeah. And I think we take light of those people that come out of Winston-Salem. And sometimes when you get a chance to talk to him, it's pretty dope. And I had never really talked to him. I knew who he was, of course, but I just never talked to him. And sure enough, I got the opportunity to talk to him. Tyler Abercrombie from The Shy, the mama.
Yeah, y'all got to know who she is.
Yeah, you got to know who is. I had a chance to sit down and talk with her.
That's so dope.
It was, man. It was like so real. It was like a so real moment to sit down and talk to her. She was hoarse at the time, though. She had been doing the fest. She was a little raspy. But the dope thing about that, she actually. We were the first show that she told she was going to NCIS Origins.
Come on now.
So that was big for our small platform.
Huge,
you know what I'm saying? She was like, I said, so we know first? She was like, you know first. I said, come on now.
That's the best part about being in this type of industry anyway. Sometimes you get that secret that don't nobody else know.
Nobody else know,
which is
man.
dope. And we just this small, but
we're
big
small,
people
but big people, yeah. And I think it's all about
it's dope.
What you want to present to Tish. You know, like what you want to represent.
Yeah.
And it just worked out, and I attribute it to God.
That's
you know
it.
What I'm saying?
I mean, that's
Charlotte
it.
Black Film Festival, the same thing.
Yeah.
Talking to all those great filmmakers down there, and they were
that's
black.
Super dope.
You know what I'm saying? So that was the icing on the cake for me.
It ain't nothing wrong
so
with it.
You know, for us, by us. Right?
For us, by us.
FUBU, send us some shirts.
Please.
I
mean,
still wear it. I still wear it.
We will. I mean, then, you know, it ended up being back on the trend market.
Yeah, because people still wearing it. Yeah.
They still wear a little bit of everything. But listen, now you say you got into acting.
I did.
And I didn't know. I didn't know. I mean, I didn't know you was a little actor, but now I know. Yeah. And I know I watched a little snippet of you on YouTube. Yeah. It was called, I think, Unrest.
Unrest. Yeah.
Yeah. And I knew exactly who you were.
I knew you did. I
knew exactly who you were. And I was like, okay, I don't do scary movies.
No, you don't.
No, and not by myself, anyway.
No. Yeah.
But I did watch. I
got you, yeah.
So what made you get into acting? And I know you worked with G. Davis Productions.
I did.
Which is huge.
Which was huge. Yeah. I'll tell you how that happened with G. Again, it ain't what you know.
It's who you know.
So I don't know if you remember Kenya Daniels and
of course.
Amanda
because
Harris.
I believe they was.
Well, she's married now, not Harris. No disrespect.
Yes, I know. I remember.
Okay, so they were getting ready for a show called Daddy's Boys, and they were searching for a guy to play Daddy's Boys, and they called my name up. They was like, "Yo, we got the perfect person that can do that." And they was like, I don't know if they asked, could he act? But I went in. He had me sing. I auditioned, but he just had me sing. And then he came back and I got the role. But what really solidified the role is when I grew my beard. So when I grew my beard, it was probably the best thing I could have ever done, because I said, I still got a young face, so I think I should grow my beard out and make the character work. But it ended up being a part of my brand, my beard. So
and it's super dope.
I kept it.
And you're wearing it well.
You're wearing it well. So I traveled 3 years. with him on the road, traveling internationally.
That was tough, right?
Man,
I mean, it was fun, but I know you
fun, but
lack of sleep and everything.
Yeah. It was dope. Running in and out of the cities, feeling like you're a superstar.
And you were.
Dope. Signing autographs.
Absolutely.
That was fire. You know, I ain't gonna even lie. That was pretty cool to have that moment. People wanting to take pictures with it.
Yeah.
Feeling like in a sense, I felt like a little sex symbol, because the women was like, "Oh, I love you." I said, "Come on, girl, come on, take a picture with me, baby. Come on, get on in the picture with me, girl."
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
But I had a good time doing it. I had a good time too, and I enjoyed it. And then I had my run with it. You know what I'm saying?
Would you get back into it? Because I know that you say you enjoyed it, so that kind of sort of mean that you loved it a little bit.
I did.
Would you like to get back into it though?
I would, as long as as long as it's the right role for me and I can do it, I sure will.
Have you ever heard? Because I was acting.
Okay.
I did that.
Okay.
Yeah, I did a whole monologue. Come
on.
Don't play with me. I got that in me. You ever heard of Morgan Flower Child Jones, right?
My peoples, yeah.
We got to get with her. She's one of the best.
She is, man.
Oh my goodness.
She's just a pure artist.
Oh.
She's a pure artist.
And it's just her name speaks for itself. Yeah. Flower Child. That's what she is.
That's right.
Free spirited and just a loving young woman.
Her song. Okay.
It didn't be there.
Yes, you do.
Listen. We're gonna get with her.
We're gonna get with her.
We're gonna get with her, and we're gonna have to dance.
Shout out to you, Morgan. Yeah.
Shout out to Morgan.
Yeah.
I call her Morgan.
Okay, I got you.
Or my Flower Child.
I got you. Yeah, she dope.
She was the first one, bro, that took me in to learn how to act, become my acting coach.
Gotcha.
And when she put that pressure on me to like, you gonna do a monologue. When I brought my mom was there.
Oh, okay.
So when I did my monologue, I brought tears to her eyes.
Sure.
Like legitimately, like for real.
I'm with you. Yep.
So I'm all for Morgan Flower Child Jones. So yeah, y'all check her out too.
Please do. Yes, go ahead.
So you never worked with her?
You know what? I interviewed Morgan. I interviewed Morgan in the past.
Yeah.
So I know of her work and her abilities.
Yeah.
She gave me a phone call probably in the past to do something, but I haven't heard anything else from her since then. But I'm sure we'll link up again.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this was a while back. She probably don't even remember, but
well, she's in Atlanta now.
Yeah, she's in Atlanta.
In Georgia,
but it's been a while. But
we need her back home.
I know, right?
Period. Okay, getting back into your podcast.
Sure. Yeah.
I gotta know because you said a little bit about it, but the challenges. Oh my goodness! I know. I don't know. I can't really say. I know I had challenges.
Nah. Some of the biggest challenges I'll say that I honestly faced is probably when the capital wasn't there. And you know, with respect to anybody that does media and cameramen and editing, it's a job. It is. It's tedious work, and when you're an artist, you can be up all night long editing. I've watched those guys edit, so they're really meticulous about the way they want something done. As I've worked, like I said, I watched Will do some work for some work that me and him did together, and he was pretty adamant. Even I remember one time I said to Will, I said, Will, why don't we wait to do that? And you know, they don't play about their art. He said, no, we're putting that out.
He sound like my cousin, Taylor Made Productions. Shout out Taylor Made Productions. Yeah. He sounds just like them because they don't, it's their gift. It's their gift. That's right. It's their, well, what kind of word can we use? It's, not to put no pressure on you, sir.
No. Pressure?
Is that what it is? No pressure. It's your brand. So I know one thing about it is that when they start, they don't want to stop until it's finished.
Until they finish.
And it's done.
They asked you a couple of questions too.
Shout out to Taylor Made Productions. That's my guy. Yes.
That's oh, shout out to
okay then.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, see, it's a family affair. Ooh, it's so good. Every time I'm not doing this with you. Because we did this when you sat me down in your studio.
Absolutely, yeah.
That was nice.
That was real nice.
I still thank you for that.
Yeah, but some of the challenges was, you know, holding on to the people that started with you.
Whew.
That's a difficult.
Because I do want to know, how did you handle those challenges too? So you can.
I'll be honest with you. You know, I had to let them sprout their wings and fly and go.
Ooh.
I don't believe in holding on to anybody. I believe, you know, if you feel like it's your time to scat, then scat. And so what it taught me is know how to do everything.
Scat. Okay, go ahead.
Hey, Lance, you like that, Lance?
Scat. Come on, mic out, Lance. So you talking about scat? Lance, you say you like that?
Lance
like that?
Lance,
I don't agree with that. Scat. What the world?
What are you talking about? The scat pack? You know, am I saying it right? You can tell I'm old, girl. Scat pack? What is that?
I reckon.
But Will was gonna call it too. So is it called scat pack? What is it called?
Don't do Will, because don't do that.
Will involved.
He done did enough. He did.
What is scat pack? Pack scat?
And you want me to?
Them Hellcats?
I can't listen. I am a young tenderoni, baby.
Okay, then.
Don't try me.
Okay, then.
Try Jesus.
And the church said amen.
Amen. But the challenges, bro, how did you overcome them?
You know, I think, you know, when you get into this business of podcasting, I'll honestly say this, even with some of the work that I put into building it, the one thing they don't tell you is it's no money in it. You have to go out and get the money. You got to find the sponsors. You got to hustle. You got to network. You got to, while still building your tribe and building your community. You know, it's work. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I lost, you know, well, I wouldn't really say I lost some cameraman. What it did is it taught me that I needed to know how to diversify
and handle it yourself.
And handle it myself. And so I taught myself, you know, easy editing. Learn to do just point of view shots. Where I can do an outro and an intro.
Dopeness.
You know, add in where I could do it because I understood what it looks like, understood what it's supposed to look like. And anytime you got, you know, these iPhones are amazing. Now I got some great cameras. Don't get me wrong. I got some great cameras, but I'm not a cameraman. So I adjusted and went back to what I know. My phone.
Yeah.
Grabbed a couple of these microphones and made it work.
And it is working.
Yeah, and I didn't worry about, at first I was worried.
Yeah.
At first you feel worried, and then finally, you have to shake yourself and say, hey, wait a minute. God gave me the vision for this business. It ain't nobody's responsibility.
See, I'm glad that's true, and I'm glad you shared that, because some people, like I must say I did, think that you have to have all this equipment, all this going on before you can literally get started with your podcast.
It's expensive. It's expensive. I jumped out there and started buying cameras, light sets. I got all kind of equipment, which I thank God is paid for.
Yes.
It's paid for, and it's mine. So I'm grateful to God that I have that. And the challenges that you're talking about is, what's that song Kenny Rogers got? You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, know when to run. You gotta count your money. So I had to make a pretty tough decision and close my doors.
Yeah.
And it probably was one of the hardest things I had to do, because I worked so hard to accomplish that goal, from going to a small space to going to that beautiful space that I had. It was tough to walk away from that. But, when the money, and again, you're funding this yourself. So I'm funding this with myself, and the wise thing to do was to close the doors. But it brought me a lot of freedom. I can't say that I didn't mourn that first week, because I did. Maybe 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, maybe a month.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
You did.
I mourned. I mourned kind of like the death of that. And then it was difficult because I didn't have, everybody that you've talked to, you feel like, oh my God, somebody got to help me. Girl, wasn't nobody there. So I had to take these 54-year-old arms and lift all that furniture and move it daily. So I moved that whole studio. Anybody that's an entrepreneur know what that life is like. It's not a game when you got to come in and set your own stuff up. But it's the journey of entrepreneurship that keeps you going. Like I'm still going. I'm not gonna quit.
Absolutely.
It's a lot of resilience.
We ain't gonna let you quit anyway.
That's right. So it's beautiful. So and then after that, to be able to connect with people like Art to You, with Lance, to be able to just, it's just a conversation. Really, it's just a conversation. And because Lance is who he is, it was just, man, we make this work.
Super dope.
Let's work this out.
Super dope.
You know what I'm saying? So I think it's just all about the community, talking to Will.
Yeah.
All of them kind of knew, that I had closed my doors. Especially Will. Will kind of knew, because I was calling Will, like, Will called me and be like, yo, man, you all right? And I'd be like, hell no, I ain't all right.
Yeah.
I'm
be
sick.
Honest. Yeah.
I was sick. I wasn't happy. Even though I had connected the dots with Lance, I still was like, you almost feel like you're a failure.
Because you birthed something.
And
it does feel like a failure. I did that 3 years, so I know.
Yeah, you feel that.
I've been out the scene for 3 years trying to bounce in, and it didn't feel right trying to bounce in.
It did.
I lost my consistency with it and everything.
Yes.
I lost myself with it because, like I say, we birthed that.
Yeah.
So, it hits home real heavy.
It hit hard. And then by the time I finished moving everything and getting everything set up, Will was still calling me.
Yeah.
Will was like, yo, man, you good? And then finally I was like, man, you know what, man? I think I'm going to do this. And then I chopped it up with Will. Me and Will are working on something I can't say right now.
Not yet.
I can't say it yet.
Even though we want it up. We're going to just wait.
I can't say it right now. I'm also doing something, getting ready to do something great with Lance. I can't really talk about that just yet. But it's just a matter of connecting the dots with brothers that have insight.
Yeah.
And that think outside the box too. And understand as Black entrepreneurs, we have to kind of work together. Yeah. You got to do some bartering. Let's do some bartering in here to make this work. Now, not everything is going to be bartering. Some stuff you want to make sure you take care of your people, especially if you get paid for something. You want to be able to say, here, bro, Let me slide you this.
Or do you want to go eat?
If you,
Which one you want?
next time to go up the gas,
I'm going
I
to
can
eat.
feed myself. Just saying. Look at this.
I'm going to.
You're going to eat.
I ain't playing no game. Where we going?
Yeah.
It's got to be somewhere top notch though. Now, if you tell me we're going to a Chili's or something, just give me my money.
Come on,
because I can take it on to the house and do me a baby back rib. But you know what I'm saying? So no, we just.
That's real. That's real.
I mean, I'm just saying.
No.
Saying.
That's real. That's real.
That's real talk. I like that. But then I'm gonna manifest this too. That BOOMin on the Block will be hooking up with Black Ross Network
for sure
soon, and we ain't gonna tell y'all what's going on. It's a secret, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be with Will, and we're gonna get Will with Taylor Made Productions,
for sure.
and we're gonna be with Lance, and we just gonna do what we gotta do, and we're not gonna forget to shout out to my sister Toya because she got her little ministry coming, her little ministry podcast coming.
Amen.
And when it comes, it's gonna hit BOOMin on the Block. It's gonna hit everybody, and we just gonna put everybody on.
There it is.
Y'all just remember, take me to eat.
Oh man,
take me to eat.
You know, I can't wait till we get ready to really talk about the brother that we spoke with earlier with the. Okay, I'll be quiet. I'll save that for another day. With the
shout out to TC. That was his name, right?
Is that his name, Lance?
TC.
T. Walker.
T. Walker. Excuse me. Shout out to T. Walker.
Shout out to you, T. Walker. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying?
Say that again, bro.
Alkaline Fest. Can we mention it?
Yeah.
Okay, so he said it's going down May the 17th, right?
No. Alkaline Fest is in August.
Alkaline Fest in August.
Yep.
We'll be there.
We sure will.
Planning. We're going to go.
Sure will.
But what's going on the 17th, though?
It's another festival they have in. Oh no, that's the
Farmers Market. That's right. That's right.
Opening up Yakinville.
Yakinville.
So just check us out. We'll be posting their flyers and everything up on our platforms and all that good stuff. But yeah, shout out to T. Walker.
It's beautiful.
And we ain't gonna tell y'all what's going on, but we hooking up with him. Now y'all be y'all find out. Period. You know what I'm saying? So what is something, bro? What is something you can share with us?
Yeah.
Because we hear you talk about God, and I already know.
Yeah.
Mama Sheila ain't play that with you.
No,
shout out to Mama Sheila. She ain't play that with you.
Yeah, no, not at all.
She kept your butt in church.
She did.
Just like Sylvia Jean kept me in church.
She did.
She still keeps me in church. But what are some things that you can share that because when you was going through that little challenging stage and losing, your space and all that.
I feel like that was a God moment too, though.
Mm.
Let's just keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? I think that was a God moment too. I was stubborn. I think God was telling me to close the doors a long time ago.
And you wouldn't listen?
I wouldn't listen. I think I had so much pride and I think that was a different kind of pride to say, nah, I'm gonna fight the openness. I hear you, God, but I'm getting ready to do this. I got it. I got it. But when the walls start coming in, you can't box with God. You know what I'm saying? You can't box with God. So once the ceiling, once everything hit the fan, it was just a still small voice that said, nah, today you're going to close the door. So I didn't I just made the conscious decision to say, nah, I'm not going to open the doors. I'm going to go ahead and shut down. But I've been free ever since because really I feel a sense of freedom.
I'm going to tell you something because I went through that in something different.
Yeah.
And my sister said that because you was playing, she didn't say this verbatim, but she said because you was playing with God, he had to show you.
Absolutely.
Because you was basically tiptoeing around.
Yeah, facts.
Taking your time to move when he been told you to move. He had to literally pick you up and show you.
And it's so crazy because you're like, you sit back and you question God. You're like, well, God.
I was just going to ask you about that. Have you ever questioned God?
I did. I was like, well, Lord, it's contradictory to what you told me to do. You told me to do this.
But he also say, listen to me, I got you.
Yeah. And I'm saying, why are you telling me to shut the doors, though? I'm not quite understanding that. But once everything happened, a lot of doors just open up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm grateful to it. I got to give a shout out. I want to give a shout out to, you mentioned Tanya. I want to give a shout out to my brother Al.
Come on, yeah.
Over at Black Coffee Cuisine.
Yes.
Y'all go grab y'all some coffee over at Black Coffee Cuisine.
Me and my sister going.
Okay, yeah. Y'all go over there and check bro out. I did a couple of things. I did an interview over there. I did an interview over. I interviewed him.
Yeah.
That was dope.
I seen it.
And you know, I'm proud of what he's been able to accomplish.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to make sure I gave him a shout out.
And this is him and his wife's business.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Him and Shay.
Let's give sis
Let's give
a
sis.
shout out to him. Thank you. He ain't by
right.
himself.
No, he's not by
He
himself.
ain't by himself. Let's give it where it's supposed to be given.
Come on now.
Now,
Yeah.
because you did question God,
I did.
and He took you out of where you was at,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and took you into something new, how do you feel?
Oh man.
Will you ever question Him again?
Never.
Better not. Well, you
Because the
bet.
doors just open up. Like I said,
Amen.
once I met, I knew Lance, so I would always see him at homecoming, right, Lance?
That's
So every year, my brother put on at homecoming. So Lance would always have on these dope jackets.
Yeah.
It was his artwork, and I would look at him and be like, "Man, that's fire." But I never approached Lance.
Ain't that something?
I ain't never seen
Ain't
that
that
Lance.
something?
We sitting right there. And, you know, it's a festive time. So I'm just enjoying the music. I have my shades on, so I'm feeling rather nice.
As you should.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And
nice.
but I would always see Lance with the jackets on. And then, so like I said, we met at Black Coffee and Cuisines. I think it was a
That's
grand
dope.
opening, wasn't it, Lance?
Super dope.
And then that's when it happened. I was sitting down. I actually was getting ready to go. And I was chopping it up with Dugan, Lance, and who else was right there with us?
Rick Johnson.
Yeah.
James Clyburn.
Yeah, it was all over. Everybody from North.
Wow.
And I was able to just kind of connect with Lance,
North
dap him
Side.
up.
Yeah.
I came down here, interviewed Lance, of
Yeah.
course, and we just chopped it up. And then that's when it just seems like everything just kind of opened up.
That's super dope.
And I'm looking forward to what me and Lance are getting ready to do too.
And you're not going to tell nobody.
Nah, I can't tell that yet.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Make sure I'm still on because
Yeah, you
you ain't
still
gonna
up.
tell nobody. Period. I mean, because I feel like we gonna know. I mean, I feel like we're gonna invite BOOMin on the block.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, I'll just be patient and wait.
Listen. You're gonna be down here. Will be down here. It's gonna
Thank
be
you.
a big deal.
It's
less.
got to be a big deal.
Say less. Say less.
I like that. I love how y'all bringing the community out.
Yes. Yes.
You know.
You know what? What better way? If we're helping one another out,
Helping
but what
one
better
another.
way to continue to expose this great art we got here at Art to You?
Because it's amazing.
Because it's amazing.
Yeah, I
right?
see some stuff I know I'm gonna get off the wall.
You know what I'm saying?
Try
Yeah.
to yank it off and run.
Yeah.
You
So
know
it's dope. So it's dope. Yeah.
Very dope.
Yeah.
Okay, so the time ain't playing with us, bro.
No, it's not.
The time ain't playing, but I am not. Listen.
What you
Now, my
got?
brother ain't messy.
No,
Brother Chris is not messy.
not at all.
Mama Sheila ain't listen,
Nah.
she ain't raised them like that.
Nah, she didn't.
But I was on Facebook this morning.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I was on Facebook this
Oh,
morning.
you ready to?
Minding my business. Minding my business. The business that pay TishaRaye.
Right.
Scrolling.
Right.
Because that's what we do.
For sure.
We scroll to get stuff to talk about,
Yeah.
stories, you know, what they doing out there, what they doing with Puffy. That's not our business.
Yeah.
But you, sir,
Yes, ma'am.
I seen a post and the title was Dear DM Bully. I said, wait a minute. I said, well, who done poked the banner? Who in the water went and poked this YN your man? Who did it? And I was like, I just got to know.
Man.
And I was like, what a coincidence. I'm getting with him today.
Yes. Well,
I mean, I'm TishaRaye.
yes, you
We
are.
be booming on the block,
All day.
but we keep it clean.
Yeah.
Because ain't
Yeah,
nothing
yeah.
messy.
No.
And
no,
once again,
no.
it's a judge-free podcast.
It is.
Tell me about what the... Now, your response. I just want to say this. Your response was classy, sir.
Absolutely.
You could have went
I could have.
and crashed out.
Sheila Beverly, my mama.
But you could have went and crashed
Sheila
out.
Beverly, my mama.
Say it one
boy.
more time.
Sheila Beverly, my mama.
Okay, and one more time for the people in the back didn't hear you.
Sheila Beverly, my
And
mama.
she did not play.
No. I respect my mom so much. I didn't go in like I really wanted to.
But you kept it classy.
Like the Negro in me. I
Ooh.
really wanted to.
You wanted to be like you.
Yeah.
And beep, beep, beep,
Yeah,
beep,
yeah,
beep,
yeah.
beep, 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 beep.
But I try my best to represent the family well.
Well, we want to know about it.
Okay.
Yeah, you tried to
I
get
tried.
off of that. Nope. Boom. We want to know all about it.
Okay, so my logo, I guess my logo offended this individual, and I think they know me. I just wish that they were bold enough just to kind of say who they are. Just let me see your face.
Anonymous.
Or just pull up. We can have a conversation. I'm not a coward. I'm a very nice person, but I'm not a coward either, though. I feel like, if it's something you wanted to address, me, man, we can do a podcast and you can address me on it.
He could definitely come on.
Yeah, and we can look each other face to face. I feel like that's what men do. And I feel like if you have an alt with your brother, you should pull your brother to the side and have a conversation. It's just a conversation. So this person said that the nerve of you to think that you the king of podcasts, and they started talking about all of my past things that I had done.
Oh man.
And they knew some people that I had done it with. So whoever gave them that privy information, they knew me. So it was like, I'm gonna expose you, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. So I didn't pay it any attention because I have a I don't give a damn button. So if you think that's what you gonna do, the Chris Ross, you sadly mistaken. I'm that one. I ain't tripping off of that. But so I started getting them, but I didn't really pay it any attention. I was like, man, who is this? So I deleted it. I didn't, I didn't block it. I just deleted it because I wasn't giving that no energy. And then I kept getting them. It's like, who in the is this? And then finally, I think the juggler they went in, they said stuff as it pertains to family. And that was a sensitive spot. That was a sensitive spot for me. So it hit a little different. And so I didn't respond that way. I just hit delete and block. And because the page was blank.
Anonymous.
So it was an anonymous page. And I can't even find it now.
What's disrespectful is that you was anonymous.
Yeah.
That was disrespectful. You were bold enough to say what you had to say.
Yeah.
But you behind that.
It ain't gonna front. It was some hurtful things, but I'm built like Teflon. So I kind of just let it bounce off me and didn't really pay it any attention. But I said, I'm gonna speak up.
You grow off of that energy.
Yeah, I said I'm gonna speak up for myself though. And so I did. So I just posted, "Dear DM Bully."
We seen it.
Because he been bullying, he or she have been bullying me probably about the last 4 weeks. That's how long I've been kind of taking that in. And, they was just saying some crazy stuff.
Well, they better keep it together because I watch WWE. You know what I'm saying? And I hate to Jimmy and J.O. I hate to do it.
So I thought I would just respond publicly and just to get it off my chest and let them know I did see it. And then that's it. I'm done with it. I got that off my chest. And, I feel like if they really wanted to say something to me, then I'm not hiding. You know where I'm at. Like,
it's just crazy because you're not that type of person.
No, I'm not.
And I understood because I rarely see you post stuff like that. You always post about your podcast, something positive.
I try to stay positive.
Yeah, not try. You do stay positive.
I do. Yeah.
And
I wasn't always that way.
Hey, we
grow.
But
growth and everything. And black. We black.
We black.
If we don't start showing love to one another,
to each other,
we got to start doing that. So I'm pumping up positivity because we get enough negative light on us.
Yeah.
And I don't want to put that in the atmosphere.
But whoever was a DM bully thought they was going to get the best of it.
Nah. I said what I said. I meant what I said. And I stand on it. You know what I'm saying?
As you should.
Yeah. And I'm okay with it. I'm not even mad at whoever said it. I just needed to get that energy off of me. I needed to put it back into the atmosphere.
Where it come from, yeah,
for where it come from, and I hope they read it.
I mean, the thing about being read is that you just gonna see him a lot.
You're
gonna see his podcast a lot. You're gonna see different events he gonna be at. So I mean,
and here's the thing: you exposing me. Hell, I'll probably tell before you will, because I'm very transparent. So if you feel like you're gonna embarrass me, you feel like that's gonna bring shame to me, bro, you sorry. Help me tell them then.
Please.
You know what I'm
saying?
You
know what you know.
Yeah, so for me, that's just kind of like where I'm at.
Yeah.
I'm not hiding. I ain't got no shame of anything that I've done.
Ain't no sense in
You know
it.
what I'm saying? And you know, it is what it is.
It is.
You know, so yeah. So I just responded that way in a classy way.
You kept it classy.
As men, you know, as a man, I don't think men we have to holler and cuss to get our point across.
Oh, I know some.
But I know some that do. But I think I think black men can just talk to each other and we can agree to disagree. I don't have to disrespect you.
That's the grown stage, though.
Yeah, and I can still say, brother, I love you.
Yeah.
I just disagree with you.
Yeah.
But I love you and we can go our separate ways. It don't have to be nothing else. That's
so
it.
Sweet. You're so stinky.
Yeah, that's
sweet.
it.
Okay.
You know, that's it.
Brotherhood, sisterhood. That's
what it's all about.
I'm all about the positivity.
Yeah.
I'm all about love.
Absolutely.
I love extremely hard.
Yeah.
So if you hurt me, you break my heart, anything, it's kind of hard for me to gain that trust back. But no, I will respect you.
Yes.
I will be cordial to you.
Yeah.
But I just distance myself.
Yeah. So I think that's what that was about. It was just really just about, you know, back in the day, you know how Dear Abby used to be?
Yeah.
So I kind of took on that same.
Why is he coming with this old school stuff?
Hey, that's who we are.
Dear
Abby. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you get it off that way. So I went in my journalist bag.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it was just like Dear DM Bully. Because that's what he or she was. It was a damn bully. So I let it run.
Had the nerve to put it in capitalization. Like, what this? Well, who messing with bruh? Today is not the day, but I'm going to X.
You know what? I kind of felt like 50 Cent a little bit too. I said, I'm going to be petty today.
You next. Did you really?
I did.
Did you really?
I'm not even a tough guy. I'm not a tough guy. Yeah, I'm not a tough guy.
Dear DM Bully.
Yeah, I'm not even a tough guy.
Clocked that. That was pretty good. We'll take it.
Yeah,
we'll take it.
Yeah, that's what that was.
But I'm proud of you.
Things were said to me.
Yeah.
And I just responded that way. Since they didn't want to be public about it, I helped them.
You put it on out there.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Yeah. Bruh, you know, we're going to wind this up. Because you know we can talk all
night long, man.
We done had conversations where we talked about 2-3 hours.
Yeah, we have.
But I laughed at you most of the time, so don't stunt like you was... Don't act like you was...
No, I was
you be cutting up. That's why we had to ask about the Dear DM book.
That's right.
All right?
That's
don't play with him. So, thank you, bruh. Thank you for your time. And I'm excited to see and hear how this Black Ross Network
for sure
is going to show its
tail. Make sure y'all like and subscribe.
Please make sure you watch, like, comment, share, and subscribe.
There it is.
You know what I'm saying? What is your social media handle so the folks, the boomers and the other folks can get with you and Black Ross Network?
The Black Ross Network on YouTube. On Instagram is at Ross Cloud 12. At the Ross Cloud 12. It's still Black Ross Network, but that's my handle. And on Facebook is Chris Ross.
Chris Ross.
I don't have TikTok. I couldn't keep up with TikTok.
What is wrong with y'all? I think somebody else in the room said that too.
My brother Lance said,
gracious, like, what is it?
You know, it make you feel like you're old.
But that's y'all making yourselves feel like you're old. Because me and my sis are perfectly fine with TikTok.
Yeah, she said she is too.
And we come on, Will. And I know.
I said, well, I started off with it, and I was doing pretty good. And then finally, I was like,
do y'all need a tutorial?
Lance said, yeah.
Maybe we'll hold a class to teach y'all how to do TikTok. You know, TikTok, you get to me, this is me personally, and I don't know if the other two TikTokers can agree, but I think you get most of your numbers grow quick on TikTok because you're actually meeting everybody in the whole wide world. And they're supporting what you got. Like, this art gallery must be on TikTok. Hello, you know what I'm saying? Black Ross Network must be on TikTok because you're going to reach people outside of your community that literally show love and support. Like, no lie, like I met some dope people that I plan on interviewing, manifesting.
That's right.
Because they got things going on. And plus, TikTok is a good site right along with YouTube, right along with Instagram, you know,
fan
Facebook.
base.
Fan based. I heard about that.
Yep. I think that's Isaac Hayes' son.
Come on now, this one no too.
Black social media.
Come on, Isaac Hayes' son.
So y'all go ahead and get on that too.
I mean, thank you for that. You want to give out any shout out?
Nah, and that's not a paid sponsorship.
But we can put that out there.
We can
And start.
Yeah. I think it is called fan
we
base.
need it.
Yeah.
Just say we need it.
So we do need it.
Give your shout outs, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it.
You got no shout outs?
You know, shout out to art to you.
Thank you.
Studio.
What in the world? Like we ain't in here with him. At least shout us out. What the
Art to you.
Louise.
Shout out to FIYAWHEELS. What's on your mind?
Mm-hmm.
Shout
out to BOOMin on the Block with TishaRaye because people have a hard time.
BOOMin on the Block with TishaRaye. This is so.
I'm here.
Hey, let me give you some love though, for real.
Don't you do it. My makeup is kind of straight still, I believe.
Well,
not too much.
Well,
keep it cute.
Let's be clear.
Okay.
102 Jams.
Oh.
It ain't a game. I'm proud of you.
That's dope.
And you still going.
Yeah.
And you still got your head up.
Yeah.
So proud
yes,
of you.
I still actually talk to my 102 Jams family, even though some has spread it out.
Yeah.
Shout out to 102 Jams. Shout out to 1340 The Light, my godmama, Anita Dean Arnett, because that's where I really started.
Gotcha.
And then after that, I hooked up with Showdown. Shout out to Showdown. Me and him like this. Y'all gonna see him soon on BOOMin on the Block because I'm finna kick in his dough. Way in before 4. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to 102 Jams because Big Mo seen something in me and he took me right on in. So yeah, I mean, if that was to come calling right now, I would have to leave y'all because I'm going to work.
That's right.
I ain't putting it down. But yeah, they did give me a door opener to be able to do this podcast. Yeah. And I appreciate you saying them kind words.
Yeah, for sure. I wanted to make sure I said that. And
give my flowers now. I want to smell them and see them.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
102 Jams, radio personality. That's who you are. And I'm glad that you decided that, hey, bro, I got to talk to you. So I thank you for the opportunity of being on your platform.
I thank you for your time.
Hey, what Shador say is too legendary.
What?
I ain't got no APIC on though. I ain't got no APAC or whatever they call it. I ain't got no rollie
What
on.
are we doing? See how they come in. Will did it in the back. He did it behind the scenes. So like, wait, you know what I
Hey,
mean?
we rooting for the Sanders family. Come on, baby. For sure.
Oh my goodness. Look. Okay, before we leave, I need for you to give an uplifting word. Okay? Okay. I don't care if you share something that your mama shared with you because your mama is a sweet buttercup. Mama Sheila.
Yeah.
And we just need some uplifting words for somebody that needs a little encouragement. Share a little something with us. Just a little
I'll say this. She would always have sticky notes around the house. She'd always have sticky notes around the house as we were growing up as kids. And one of the biggest things that she used to always say to us when we were young, if it is to be, it's up to me. If it is to be, it's up to me. And lastly, she would say, love God more than you love me. And as a child, for your mother to say that to you, you're like, what you mean by that?
Yeah.
You my mama.
Yeah.
And she would say, well, God gave y'all to me. So love God more than you love me. Keep God first and everything else will work out.
Amen.
That's it.
That's dope because I had to tell my baby girl that God loaned you to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
He loaned you to me. And I used to hear that a lot, actually.
Yeah.
And I used to be like, what?
Yeah.
My mama had me, never knew.
Yeah.
But no, God loaned Sylvia. He loaned me, And I had to tell my baby girl that, and it kind of brought tears to my eyes because she's my baby and she's getting ready to go to college, and I ain't quite ready, but I'm ready.
You ain't ready for it.
But yeah, I had to let her know that and keep God first. I had to give her a little spiel, let her know how you have to trust Him.
Yeah.
You go to Him first. Don't go to man. Yeah. Let Him lead, guide, and direct your path.
Yeah. Shout out to my son, Nico. I love you, son.
You talk so good about him, too.
Ross,
So he talk real good about you.
Yeah.
That's super
14 years old.
I love to see a man in his child's life, regardless if it's a son or a daughter.
Yeah.
That brings so much joy to me. And I deal with a lot of men that be in their children's life heavy.
Yeah.
And, you know, shout out to y'all for doing that.
Right on.
I got a special friend that does that a lot.
Okay, cool.
Just super dope. So keep doing what you're doing,
There it
bro.
is.
I mean, listen.
There it
Like
is.
I said, we could be here all night. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'm gonna give my thanks. You know, once again, thank you, bro.
You're welcome.
For your time.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Lance. Art to you. This gallery is dope. Thank you, Will.
Yes, sir.
Oh my goodness.
FIYAWHEELS.
Just came in. I mean, you know, shout out to my sister for her time, her support, her love. And like I say, be on the lookout for her ministry. It's coming soon.
For sure.
Shout out to Taylor Made Productions, my cousin O, my videographer, my cameraman, director,
Come on now.
manager, producer.
I love it.
All that good stuff.
Yes.
Y'all will see him real soon too. Shout out to my mama. Shout out to my Sheila.
Yeah, come
For
on
you.
now. For me.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shout out to the growth, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to the growth, right?
Yeah.
Because
This go way
listen,
back. This right here go way back. This right here go
if
way
they
back.
only knew,
They
they
only knew.
spent like when Chris had to wear the comic box.
Girl, don't be telling my business on here.
We don't do it black and white, and Chris never have an African print comic box.
Oh, hey, girl, don't be telling nobody my business. All that crying we did up in church.
Well, we had a good time. Though. We learned a lot.
We learned a lot.
We learned a lot. We
That's
learned
right.
a lot growing up, and I can say most of us have succeeded in a lot of
Absolutely.
great things.
We're doing some
So
great
yeah,
things.
yeah. If y'all want to be a part of Booming on the Block with TishaRaye, y'all already know the email. Just hit us up, boomingontheblock@gmail.com. My YouTube page, Booming on the Block with TishaRaye.
There it is.
TT and IG, TikTok and Instagram is Booming TishaRaye. Facebook, Booming on the Block with TishaRaye. That's the like page. Okay, I mean it is what it is. And like I said, when we be a part, just hit us up.
That's right.
I was talking real fast.
Yeah,
Like I'm
you was.
twisted. Yeah, like I'm twisted. Don't do me, bro. Do Jesus, okay? Yeah, keep it loud and proud and keep it booming. And we love y'all.
There it is.
Keep
Too
God first.
legendary.
Hey, what's the move for the day? Yeah. They wanna know what's the move today.